Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's ICPC guidance session. So, since ICPC is coming up and it also happens to be my last ICPC, that's very interesting, but we'll get to that later. So, for a lot of y'all, it'll be your first ICPC. You guys might not have any idea of what ICPC is, why it's so exciting, and why all competitive programmers are so excited when ICPC season is coming up. So we'll be discussing all of that today. So let's get started. We'll have a quick brief through over everything and anything over ICPC, and then we'll open up for doubts. All right. So let's get started, guys. What is ICPC? So, guys, ICPC stands for Intercollegiate Programming Contest. It's also known the Olympics for competitive programming. Even if you are able to make it to regionals, it shows that you are one of the best coders of your college. If you are able to make it uh, to Asia West Finals, it shows that you are one of the best of the country. And if you are able to make it to World Finals, it shows that you are one of the best in the world. Okay, so here you can see the logo of ICPC on the left and tourist holding his trophy along with his team on the right. So ICPC is an offline contest. You cannot access any sort of templates or any online resources during the contest. Internet is cut off, right? It's held on LAN, right? And the only way you can actually make use of any templates or something like that is you need to carry a 25-page booklet. Okay, your code needs to be printed on paper, like 25 pages, and you can carry anything on those 25 pages. You can carry any sort of algorithm, any mathematical notation, any kind of notes. Okay, so that is about ICPC. So here you can see there are two photos. One is the one on the left is me with my team in Coimbatore Regionals. I was very happy because I knew that there is a high chance I'll make it to Asia West Finals. And the other, you can see that Priyansh in World Finals. Okay, so it's very interesting. It's very fun. You get to meet your competitive programming heroes. You get to solve problems. And one more thing about ICPC. So, guys, whenever you solve a problem, okay, you solve a problem, you get that AC. But what is actually the real flex or what is the real motivation about solving problems? You can see that in my hand right here, I have balloons. Okay. Whenever you solve a problem, one of the people from the organizing team come up and tie the balloon of that corresponding problem on your table. So when you look around, the you can more or less see how much each team has solved. Okay. So that is more or less like about ICPC and some key pointers around ICPC. So ICPC occurs in teams of three. Okay. And as the name suggests, it's intercollegiate programming contest. So only you can make teams from the same college. So all the three people or the four people have to be from the same college. Apart from that, there are three stages to the contest. That is four stages: preliminary stage, regional stage, the continent finals, and then the world finals. So the preliminary stage happens online. It's 2 hours or 3 hours, depending upon how the uh, contest directors have decided it. But apart from that, the regionals, the Asia West finals, the world finals, these happen as 5 hour long regional contests. So you can say these are kind of a marathon. They are not like Code Chef or Codeforces where you only have 2 hours and you're alone. You sit as a team and you have hard problems. You go through them for 5 hours, try to solve them, and try to solve as many problems as possible. Apart from this, as I said, it's completely offline. No online resources are allowed. Apart from that, you need a 25-page booklet. I also have attached a link with this slides of the 25-page booklet that I used. Like I didn't create my own booklet last year because there wasn't enough time. This year I probably will. But there is a 25-page booklet that you need to take with you for regionals. And second, there are three regionals in India: Amritapuri, Chennai, and Kanpur. You can participate in only two of them, at most two of them. Then select any two. I would prefer you can take Amritapuri and Kanpur or something like that. I'll tell you why also. But yeah. So these were the key pointers for ICPC. Let's get started. So in India, I assume you want to get to regionals because getting to regionals show like it's fun. First of all, it's very, very fun. It's a great thing to be in one of those regionals. You get to meet all your friends. Like consider this, all of you are watching this right now online, talking to each other on Discord. But when you go to regionals, you get to meet each other, you get to interact with each other, not only your friends, but you get to meet one of the highest rated programmers in India. So you might get a chance to meet Dominator, or you might get a chance to meet all those high rated programmers. And it's really fun. So in India, the preliminary round is going to happen on 4th November 2024, and the registration closes on 30th October 2024. Apart from this, there are three regionals: Amritapuri, Chennai, Kanpur. The dates of them have been also shared on the screen: 29 December, 15 December, and 24 December, respectively. Now, if you are one of the top teams in these regionals, you will make it to Asia West Finals, which will be held in March 2025. And if you're one of the top teams in Asia West Finals, you'll go to World Finals, which hasn't been finalized, but it's going to be in a beautiful location in a beautiful country, right? Is it 11th November? Okay, if it's 11th November, okay. So either it's 4th or 11th. I think it has been shifted to 11th. Yes, I'll be guiding through you all the entire uh, process. So guys, the last day to register is 30th October. But before that, let's have a look at the qualification and what all things you need to do to actually qualify. And then I'll guide you through how you can register for the same. So guys, how do you qualify? Like there's going to be an online round where everyone who has registered can participate. And then based on your rank, you will either get into a regional or not. So let's clarify some things one by one. Okay. First thing is you need to register for each regional separately. If you have registered for Amritapuri, does not make you eligible for Kanpur, even if you have that rank. So make sure that you have already decided that you are going to go to one or two regionals and whatever those are. Okay. Now, if you are a beginner or you're just starting out, or if it's your first ICPC and your team is not that experienced, I would suggest the first regional that you should for sure register is Amritapuri. Why Amritapuri? Like last year, Amritapuri increased its slot from 140 to 270. This year, they are going to increase it even more. So there is a chance there are going to be approximately 300 slots. Okay. This 300 does not mean it's the top 300 teams. It means that it's going to be 300 unique colleges. And after that, there's going to be some repetition. Okay. So since Amritapuri has 3 times more slots than Chennai or Kanpur, I would suggest that you guys register for Amritapuri. Not only that, guys, there is one more thing why I'm saying register for Amritapuri. Amritapuri every year, first of all, they give you a lot of swags. They give you a t-shirt, they give you a bag, they give you a bottle. Okay, this year it might change, but every year they give a bag, they give a bottle. Last year they also gave a mug. Okay. Apart from this, there is also something known as a Bermuda party that happens in Amritapuri. So usually a day before the contest or a day after the contest, there's just a party held. Like it's not party, you can assume that there are programmers around, so no one is actually dancing. But yeah, there's like a hall set up, there is free food, there's music going around. If you want to dance, you can dance. But most probably it's just people talking to each other about algorithms or mathematics or something like that. Okay. Yes, of course, in the regional. So usually, how does shortlisting happen? Let's go through that as well. So, guys, you'll give the preliminary round. Okay. In Amritapuri, last year, what was the case? If you are in the top 15 teams, you are for sure going to get selected. Apart from that, going below, for every uh, team that solved greater than equal to some problems, all those were shortlisted based on college. What do I mean by this? Let's say, yes. So you can check each regional's shortlisting criteria and you can know how it is done. So usually what happens, guys, let's say the top 15 teams are done. Then there are, and they want to select two more teams. Let's say the 16th rank is IIT Kanpur, the 17th rank is IIT Kanpur, and the 18th rank is also is your college, okay, your team. So guys, they would not select the two teams from IIT Kanpur. They'll select the first team, the 16th team from IIT Kanpur, and then they will select your college. Okay, Amritapuri especially does this, but some regionals, let's say Kanpur or Chennai, might directly select the top few teams and then set a bar that only two teams from each college are allowed or three teams per each college are allowed. So the thing is, there are not more than, like, there are not a lot of colleges that participate in ICPC every year, guys. So if you're able to get a decent rank, let's say 500, and keep in mind that this is not like 500 Codeforces contest rank. If you look at it as Codeforces contest, you can't look at it as Codeforces contest rank because only college students are allowed to give this. And second thing, three people together give this. So you can more or less assume that a lot of high rated people are going to give this together. So your chance of getting in the top 500 or top 600 and qualifying for Amritapuri is quite high. Okay. In first year of college, my team was like specialist and one person who doesn't do competitive programming that much, we were able to qualify for Amritapuri with a very high margin. Like, even if we didn't solve maybe one problem, we would have made it. Okay. So that is more or less it about qualification. I hope that this much was clear, that you guys can give preliminary round and based on regional to regional, they'll shortlist. And my golden tip, go for Amritapuri. This much clear for everyone? Okay. If this much is clear for everyone, let's move on to how to register. The first thing, what is the second one? What do you mean by second one? There are three regions, Amritapuri, Chennai, and Kanpur. Okay. Like, you can check their official rule book on how they are shortlisting. Amritapuri, and I would say probably Kanpur. Like, Kanpur and Chennai both have strict shortlisting criteria, but Kanpur is like, it's fun. Like, the amenities are good. Chennai, I haven't gone, so yeah. Now, guys, if this much is clear, let's see how to register. Now, the first thing you want to do is make a team of three. Now, when you want to make a team of three, there are like two kinds of colleges that you might be in. First is, there is somewhat CP culture. You might have 3-4 specialists in your college, some experts in your college. And if it's very good, then you'll have masters, candidate masters in your college. The second type of colleges, which is basically my kind of college, where there are only 3 or 4 people doing competitive programming in the college, okay, at most. So if you come in the first kind of category, should you make your team solely based on rating? And the answer is actually no. Why is it no, guys? Try to understand that if there were 3 of your own kind, okay, let's say there were 3 of me in the contest, it doesn't make sense because our strengths and weaknesses are the same. But let's say you know someone who has, let's say, some, like, let's say your rating is 1400, their rating is, let's say, 1200, but their some aspects are much better than yours. Let's say mathematics is much better than yours, or constructive problems is much better than yours. Then instead of having someone who has a similar skill set than you, I would say take up the person who has disjoint skill sets at the same level or better than you. This will help you a lot because in your regionals or preliminary, you will notice that you have 5 hours to solve the contest. So you can solve problems separately. And this is where this advantage will come into play, where each teammate has their strengths and weaknesses and they kind of overlap. Now, some teams have such strategy that they have two competitive programmers and they have one person who is very good at math. Probably they don't do competitive programming, but their mathematical base and their math strength is very strong. So if you have someone in your college who's good at math, has given all these competitions, you can prefer them over a competitive programmer as well. These are some of the strategies that people use. Now, you've made your team, you want to register. Keep in mind the last date to register is like 30th October. So please make sure you register as soon as possible. You need to find a coach, and this coach needs to be a college faculty. A coach doesn't necessarily mean they will coach you, it means that they will register for you. It basically means that the college is giving approval that, okay, these people are participating and they are representing our college and we are okay with it. So you need to tell your college faculty to make an account on the link that I have provided, which is icpc.global. After that, they will have a box which is create a team. They just need to select the regional in which you are participating. Click on create team and add your usernames there. Also keep in mind that all three of y'all will also need to have accounts on this platform. So if you guys don't have that yet, make sure that all three of y'all and the coach is registered on icpc.global and the coach has registered. Okay. So after you have registered for the regionals that you want to register, for example, Amritapuri, Chennai, or Kanpur, these regionals also have some fee that you need to pay. This is like a nominal fee. It's like 1,000 rupees per team for the preliminary round, and for the offline contest, it's like 3,000 or 4,000 rupees. Okay. So you need to make sure that you are paying the fee for the preliminary round and making sure that you are confirming your registration. I have added the links of all three regional sites. So you can go to them and pay the fee and register there. After this is done, guys, you have successfully registered for the contest. The only thing you need to do is now give the preliminary round. Now, guys, what platform do you think these preliminary rounds happen? Is it Codeforces? Is it CodeChef? Exactly. It's not CodeChef, Codeforces. It's not Hackerer. It's an Indian platform known as Code Drills. Okay, I'll show you what Code Drills is later in this session. But Code Drills is where the preliminary regionals, Asia West finals will occur. Okay, and the world finals, I think, occurs on Katis, right? So make sure you are well versed with that website. Code Drills also has past regional and Asia West rounds. So if you want to practice as a team, you can use codedrills.io as well. Is it now clear for everyone how you can register for ICPC this year? Great. So guys, if that much is done, like you know how to register for ICPC, you know what ICPC is, you formed your team, but now you want to practice. So guys, if you want to practice, do you agree you need to solve a lot of problems? Now, what problems do you want to solve for ICPC? Are they Codeforces problems? No. Are they CodeChef problems? No. Yes, Vaibhav, they have to be from the same college. Okay, I'll give you one very simple idea why they should be from the same college. If it wasn't from the same college, do you agree the top three people from India would just make a team? Okay. You can find people who are relatively interested in ICPC and get that done. Okay, Vaibhav? This is a rule, like you have to have them from the same college. One or two curve, okay? The top teams from the college make it. Okay. So guys, now you want to see how you can prepare for ICPC. So let's have a look at all these resources one by one. Okay. Let's start by CSES.5. So guys, CSES.5 has a variety of problems, and all of these problems are on different topics. So I would suggest that instead of practicing on Codeforces, you can practice your own skill set. Like if you want to improve dynamic programming, solve this dynamic programming session. If you want to improve graphs, solve graphs. If you want to improve range queries, solve range queries, trees, mathematics, and so on. Okay. No, Vaibhav, I'm not from that college. Okay. Now, if this much is done for you all guys, this is like very good, because even if you look at mathematics, these are not very easy mathematic problem. So it's really good for you all. And not to mention, there are some very advanced algorithmic problem. Not only they come with the problems, but there is something known as the CSES book that you can refer to. You can look at all these books, and this one right here is free. So you can look at that as well. I'll get to all your questions in a second. Okay, guys, I'll discuss the resources and I'll get to you in a bit. Okay, once guys, this is done, now let's look at code drills. So yeah, so guys, you have practiced a lot from CSES, and now you want to see how are actually regional problems, how are preliminary problems. So you go to codedrills.io, make an account, and you go to contests. When you go to contests, you can scroll a bit down. You can see that Asia West Finals is there. Amritapuri Regional round is there. Chennai Regional round is there. Algo Queen rounds are there. Kanpur rounds are there. Okay. Last year's preliminary round is there. Okay. Apart from that, the years before that also, Asia West 2022 is there. Amritapuri also 2022. Mathura is there. Right. And I think 2021 is also there. So Amritapuri 2021, Gwalior Pune 2021, Kanpur 2021, all of these rounds are also there. So you can make submissions on this as well. So I would suggest that you go to these problems and make submissions. When I was practicing for my regionals, I was solving such problems. So this is a very good problem. I would not go to what it is, but as you can, like, I have made submissions, maybe not through this account, but yeah, like you can go there and solve these problems. Weber says, I doubt how this tourist grandmaster are always top nine, because they're one of the best in the world, right, Weber? It's just like why Usain Bolt dominated running for a very long time, right? So it's just like a sport. Like if you look at bodybuilding, some people always dominate. Yeah, it's like asking why a god is a god. Okay, they're very good at it. They've spent a lot of time at it, so they're better than majority of the people, right? So now if this much is done, guys, let's go to more. Like there is a very nice initiative taken up by Triple IT Hyderabad. Okay, I have attached the link of the group here. Every week there are ICPC camp contests that are going on, right? So it happens on Sundays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Right? You can see that it has been happening at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 10 a.m., 9 a.m. on Sundays. One was today itself. So if you have made your team, you can participate here as a team. Okay. On Codeforces, did you guys know that you can make a team and participate together as a team? If you want to know how that is done, so you can go to your profile, you can go to teams. Okay, and you can create a new team over here. You can add your team name and you can add people. Okay, and when you are going to a contest, you are going to have an option. Like now the contest is not going on, but if I did, I can go to virtual competition and take part as a team member, and here I can select the team. So my team was dev greater than CP, so I can just select all my team members and register for virtual participation. Is this clear for everyone? Like these are really good problem sets. you can practice this every week and make your team bonding and team skills stronger. And you can see that these contests are organized by one of the best in India, by Dominator, by Chahel, by AK Cube, by Mridulahi. All these are Indian people who are at the top. Even Satyam had set around earlier. Clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Great. Yes, this much is indeed clear for everyone. Now, you have looked at CSKS, you have looked at code drills, you have given contests at the group that I sent you. But do you agree? I said that you guys need a booklet that you need to take with you all. So I'll just share one of the booklets that is there. Like you can just go and click on PDF over here. Okay. So this is by Cactal. It's it's by KTH Royal University. You can just pick this up. It's a really great PDF. So you can see that there are mathematical notations that are there. Then there is geometry that is there. This all maybe is not so much required. This is too advanced. But if you can go here, you can see that there is an ordered tree here. There are segment trees over here. If you want to solve using matrix, that template is also there. Then there are more things also, like you can see that if you want to solve polynomials, it's there. Then there are some more optimization things. Like these are too advanced, but everything from normal to advanced things are there. Like if you look at normal prime testing, so you can see that sieve of Eratosthenes is there, Miller-Rabin primality checking is there, factorization is there, divisibility checks are there, Chinese remainder theorem is there, and all these are not that hard. Okay, you can see that Pythagoras triplets, primes, so properties about all of them are there. So you can refer to them and get them solved. You can also see that in combinatrix formulas are there. So it's a really good booklet. So you can just pick this up if you want. I picked this up during last year and it helped me during the contest because I used some things. Can someone during their post graduation from a decent college? Yes, if you are doing your post graduation, you can also take part in ICPC. The only cap is that you can take part in ICPC 5 times. So in your undergraduate plus post graduation, you can take part in ICPC 5 times in total. Okay, you can't do more than 5 years or 5 regionals. There's a cap like that. Okay. So if that much is clear, I've shared the resources, I've shared the booklet with you as well. Now let's move on to the next resource. This was actually created by one of the students at TLE Eliminators. This is made from you know who's, like this is a very famous website by you know who. So one of the students actually scraped that website and created all the topics along with the resources and practice problems. So you can go through all of this. This is sorted based on difficulty. So these ones are relatively easier. These ones are harder and these ones are the hardest. So you can see that generating function, subset sum convolution, online entity, these are very hard. But if you look here, so you can see that sieve of Eratosthenes, binary exponentiation, and BFS, DFS, everything is over here. So you have made your team. You can also divide topics among yourself based on this sheet. This is something that I am personally doing. I made a copy of this sheet and then I have divided the topics on my team and I'm like, I'll take care of all of these. You guys do all of this and we'll practice together. So you can use this as well. Okay. Now that is done, let's move on to some other resources. You would also like books for competitive programming. So there is a book known as Competitive Programming 3. It's a good book. Guide to Competitive Programming. Another good book, Programming Challenges, and that is also good. Now, if you want to improve your mathematics, Concrete Algorithms is also good. And Computational Geometry is for ICPC geometry problems. And there are data structure problems and all these other problems. So if you want to do in Python, then the Competitive Programming in Python book will cater for you as well. Is this much clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. If this much is indeed clear for everyone, let's look at the tips for ICPC, the last section. and then we can move on to a Q&A section. All right. So let's have a look at tips for ICPC. First thing is prepare as a team. Let's say you are you are the highest rated in your team. It doesn't mean that the team completely depends on you. It's not a one-man show. Always keep this in mind. Whenever you're practicing, look at what your teammates are not good at. Tell them to improve upon that. Collectively grow as a team. Because guys, if you collectively grow as a team, trust me, you will do wonders. A team of, let's say, expert might get to world finals, but maybe master CM and master pupil might not, because the expert team has put much more effort as a team. And if you notice, in this year, a team from India, which they are currently expert, they have been candidate master in the past, they did make it to world finals. So it's all about practicing as a team, not as an individual. Okay. Second tip, distribute teams among yourself, topics among yourself. Every person has their own strengths and weaknesses. So if someone is good in graphs, let them take the responsibility of graphs in the team. If someone is good at constructive problems, let them get even better at it. And you can see that what people are not good at, and then you can distribute that. After that, give weekly contests together and bond with each other. It is not important that the best competitive programmers win. It is decent competitive programmers with good communication skills. They can also do very well in the contest. Apart from this, if you do make it to regionals, one small tip that I would give you all, uh, take a day or two off apart from the regionals. Like after the regionals, take a day or two and uh, explore the place. Amritapuri, if you get to the Amrita campus, it's very Amritapuri campus, then it's very beautiful. There is a river that is there along the college, and there is a nice bridge, and you can do boating and all those stuff, right? And in the other places as well, like Amritapuri happens in three places: Amrita, Bangalore, and Coimbatore. Coimbatore has the best accommodation. Amritapuri is really beautiful because it's in Kerala. And yes, exactly. And Bangalore is center of IT hub. Apart from this, also take time to network with people. The people who are coming in regionals are extremely skilled, and probably you will meet some people who are amazing at competitive programming. So build connections with them, because you'll never find so skilled people at one place together. Like, it's very rare that so many skilled people together come up. So these are some tips for ICPC. If that much is done, that is more or less it about ICPC. I hope you guys were able to understand. Let's open up for Q&As. Like, you can put it up in the chat if you want to, if you can unmute if you want to, and we can discuss. Meanwhile, some people were asking how did about me. So my name is Gaurish. I'm currently in my fourth year from KJ. Yes, definitely this title. I'm from KJ Somaya College of Engineering, Mumbai. I am a master on Codeforces, 6-star on Code Chef, and last year I was able to get to ICPC Asia West Finals. This year I'm aiming for the same. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah. So I started competitive programming in my first year, and that's it. Any more questions regarding ICPC or any more tips? Yes, Anshika, ICPC considers all colleges. It does not matter how small or large that college is. Don't worry. Okay. It's solely based on your performance, not on the institution. What are the benefits of getting candidate master at Codeforces? You get extremely good at problem solving. And because if someone is extremely good at problem solving, it translates to any aspect of life. whether it be personal life or whether it be your technical life, which is if you want to get to anywhere, you want to do web development, back end, front end, AI, your problem solving skills translate over there. That is why being candidate master or master has a lot of value. Okay. My Codeforces ID is QUEUE. Okay. How to, yeah, how to get to expert for regionals. So I would suggest that solve CSS and learn a lot of topics. Apart from that, you will notice that nowadays in Div2C also you have dynamic programming sometimes coming up. So learning all these topics like dynamic programming, normal of trees and graphs, that will definitely help. How much time will it be required to reach to candidate master? So it's completely upon you. Some people are able to reach it within 6 months. Some people take a year. Some people take 2 years. So it's upon how much time you give. Okay. Charit,
One more.
yes.
Sir, like I am the student of level 1. So should
Okay.
I attain ICPC?
Yes, yes. Why not?
Like I can see lots of competitors are there from my college itself. And like third year, fourth year, all those we know that their coding skills are very good. So we already know that we will not qualify.
But regardless, it gives you an experience, right? So like if you have like don't consider that you have already lost or you will not be able to make it, right? Still fight, because in my first year there were better people doing competitive programming. There were people who were 5 star, I think, but they just didn't participate. So that gave me an opportunity to participate and could get in. So don't lose hope, make a team, participate, do it for the love of competitive programming, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Sir, hello. Am I audible?
yes,
Sir, actually, I just have a doubt. So, almost it's just a continuation of the previous question. So, as if I listened it right, like I remember you saying that a person can appear to ICPC regionals 5 times at max, right?
yes.
So, suppose if he doesn't get cleared in prelims only, so that doesn't even count even once, right? Technically speaking, because he should appear for regionals 5 times.
Yes, that would not count as an attempt. Correct.
Yeah, so suppose let's say if you are like not that good in the college, I be like you're just like like he said like in the level 1 or like um in the beginning stage, and like we have the fear of like we may not get selected in the college only, but still like it is a good attempt trying for the prelims. And like suppose if I did get attempt, then like it is fine that I've at least gone to regionalist in the first time, right? Like suppose if I did do it, then still it will be fine because I still have my 5 chances left. uh, I can conclude that, right?
Yes,
All right, sir. Thank you so much. I just wanted to confirm.
no problem. Garsi, there are 3 teams from my college who have decided mutually to go for separate regionals, and I want to know the selection is segregated or high chances. Yes. So this is another strategy. If you have multiple teams from your college, let's say you have 3 teams from your college, each of the teams can distribute themselves in different regionals so that every team gets a chance to participate in at least one of the regionals. Okay, it's a common strategy that many of the top rated teams opt for. Okay, instead of quarreling within themselves, they just go for different regionals so that they get a better chance at qualifying. Do we have to register as a team for prelims or from regionals? From prelims, Krish. You need to be sure of your team from prelims and you cannot make changes to your team. I think you can add a substitute. I think like when I was like last year and before that, there was an option to add substitute in your team. So basically that it can be a 4-man team and any 3 can go to the regionals. Okay. But you have to declare which 3. That is there. Apart from this, have you studied the book CLRS? I was thinking to start it, but it has 200. Uh, it's not a good book for beginners, but it's a very good book. Like, if you go to read it as a beginner, you might not understand a lot of things because it's mathematically very heavy. Like, there are a lot of mathematical notations. Maybe you might not understand them. So I would suggest that you start out with other books that are relatively easier to understand, and then you can read CLRS if you are truly interested in that. Okay. So someone asks, how helpful did ICPC or my competitive programming help in my internships? They helped a lot because being a good competitive programmer, basically it shows that you're one of the good problem solvers. So there were some instances where I was shortlisted because people knew me that I am a good competitive programmer, not to mention my rating, of course, but it's more like I've been uh, on the competitive programming community for 2 years, 3 years. So people reach out to you for if they have some things, like if there's a job opening or something like that. There are chances where you yourself get reached out to, or if you ask for referral, that becomes easy. So that all is there. But more importantly, it's very, very fun. Like, even if there weren't these benefits, I'd probably still be doing that today. Okay. Prelim will be individual contest. No, there'll be a team contest as well. Okay, Chris. Like, prelims is also going to be a team contest. It's not an individual contest. It's going to be a team contest. All right. Yes, in prelims template uh, are allowed. In regionals, they won't be allowed. Since prelims is online, you can feel free to use online resources. You can feel free to use own templates. Just don't plagiarize. Okay. They have good plagiarism detection tools. So you won't get selected. Okay. Like, I have worked with people who are developing plagiarism detection tools, and it's very easy to know if someone has plagiarized using AI or someone else's code. It's very, very not that hard. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, is it hectic for you to take part in ICPC being in fourth year?
Uh, it depends. Like, what do you mean by hectic?
Sir, as in like we are told that fourth year will be like hectic for you in general, and you won't be able to focus on other things apart from your internships and for placements and stuff like that. So like I'm in third year right now, so I'm just kind of thinking about my next year and taking part in ICPC. So like, what is your opinion in that?
So it depends. Like, there are some scenarios, and it depends on the scenario. So I'll definitely suggest that if this year you do try for it, and I'll tell you some things. Okay, keep skill aside, keep everything aside. There is a factor of luck involved. Okay, your placement season would start in around August. Okay, August 2025 is when your placement season would start. Okay,
Okay.
let's say you get placed early. You already have a job. Do you agree you have nothing else to do apart from your academics for the rest
Yeah,
of your, so you
true,
will be
true.
free. But if for some odd reason, like there are a lot of reasons, right? Your luck is not uh, helping you, or you're not able to crack the online assessments, or so, or the market is bad, or so, for whatsoever reason you're not able to get a job. In that case, you will be booked with giving OAs, giving interviews, giving on-campus interviews. In that case, there is a chance that yes, like you might not find the time to prepare for ICPC, but I'm sure you'll still be able to go to ICPC. Like, it's just a 1 or 2 day thing. So I'm sure in fourth year you can still make it to ICPC, but if you are in the like if you end up in the second case, it'll be much harder. So it depends.
Okay, sure. Okay. Also, sir, it is also like some people recommend that you register for two regions at the same time, like it increases for probability. So, like that is correct, right?
I mean, not really. Like, what do you mean? Probability of getting selected to one of the regionals?
Yeah, I mean, I have heard that a lot of people they like register for two regions simultaneously or something like that.
So that is if you want to go to Asia West Finals. Okay. If you want to go to Asia West Finals, here is the catch. Let's say first Amritapuri Regional is happening, then Chennai, then Kanpur. Okay. Now, let's say Amritapuri top 15 go to Asia West Finals. You were 16th. Do you agree the top 15 teams are now gone? Okay. And
Yeah.
these 15 teams are one of the best in India. So no matter how they perform in the next regional, their score won't be counted. Like, let's say in the next Kanpur round, again 15 people are 15 are there. Like, let's say top 20 are supposed to be selected. Your rank is 25. But seven of them are the same people who were qualified to Asia West through Amritapuri Regionals. So those people will be removed from the rank list, and now you can see that you are going to qualify for the regionals.
Sir, I didn't get it actually. Can you explain it once more?
Like, consider the Amritapuri Regionals is done, right? The top 15 people have been selected. Now in Kanpur, your rank is 26. Okay. And top 20 go to Asia West Finals. So do you agree technically you shouldn't be selected for Asia West Finals?
Yeah.
But let's say the let's say seven teams out of these top 20 are the same teams who are in top 15 in Amritapuri.
Okay.
So these seven teams won't be considered in the rank list of Kanpur Regionals
Okay.
because they have already qualified for Asia West Finals. So
Okay.
that is
Okay.
why they get removed and you will qualify for Asia West Finals.
Okay, sir. Okay. Got
Okay,
it.
so that is why going to two regionals increases your probability to go to Asia West Finals. But in terms of regionals, that's not the case.
Okay. Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay. Uh, Roshan says one problem if I'm facing that it takes more than 1 hour or even 2 hours. Question about 1,000. So what should you do? Like last day, more than 6 hours, but I just did 5 questions. 5 questions is a lot. Like it's not a problem, right? If you're able to solve 5 problems a day, that's good. Like it's not at all an issue.
Sir, but it's taking too much time, you know.
But you're able to solve it on your own, right?
Yes, sir. But sometimes, like, it will even take 2 hours just for one problem. Like, that is also a case.
Are you learning something out of that problem?
Definitely, sir.
Then that is okay. See, if you're spending 2 hours on a problem and you're not learning anything, it's something that you already knew, or it was you made a silly mistake, then you can say that, okay, you lost time. But if you're actually learning new and your problem solving skills are improving, for some time it is okay. Now, if this is a repetitive thing, like if you look at 2 months and for all all problems in these 2 months, majority of your problems took over 1 hour or 2 hours. 1 hour is not a big time to think for problems. Okay, it's not. But if all problems are taking 2 hours and even the easier ones are taking 2 hours, then we can see what is going on wrong. But right now, I think you are on the right path. Like 1 hour for a problem is not a lot of time, guys. Like when you will grow as a competitive programmer, you will realize that beauty lies in spending quality time analyzing the problems and solving them. So don't worry. Like all this will come with time. Like why you see some people solving div to be in 3 minutes, but some people taking, let's say 40, 50 minutes. It comes with maturity of your skill level, maturity of your thought process, and your experience coding it out. So it's it's a lot of things. Okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay. So I guess these were the only doubts that were there today. The slides will be shared both on YouTube and on common chat of Discord. I think it'll be uploaded on the website as well. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope this session helped you uh, improve your clarity for the ICPC session. Okay. So all the best for ICPC. See you guys around. Hopefully you guys make it for regionals. I'll be applying for Amritapuri Regionals. So hopefully all of us are there. Thanks a lot for watching.
Sir,
Bye bye.
maybe I will meet you, sir. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir.